What's going on YouTube? DarkSword255 here with the numbers may be randomly generated, but the content and stuff is not. And we are going to talk about the newest login champion, guys. So a lot of people should already have, I'm gonna hopefully say her name right. Leminisi. Lemon? That's definitely not her name. I can't read. Leminisi. I don't know. Definitely didn't say her name correctly, but bear with me. So she is Raid's newest login champion. So what we're going to do, guys, in this video is we're going to go over her kit. Do we think that she's worth building? And if she is worth building, what accounts would benefit from her? And different areas of the game that she can help you out. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. Alrighty, guys, we have my girl pulled up right here. She is a Sylvan Watchers, which is the newest faction to Raid until they add, you know, whatever the next one is. This faction has a lot of hard hitting champions. Even their epics are very good, but I feel like this faction lacks a lot of like AoE big damage dealers, other than like obviously the mythics, as well as like the Unity leader Tagoar. You know, a lot of this faction in my eyes, you know, is support, like support, speed boost, turn meter, and they don't really have like a lot of AoE damage. They have a lot of really good single target attackers. So she is the same way. Her kit is weird. And I say weird, I mean like, I don't know why Polarium designed her in this way. I mean, I guess not every champion, legendary champion, can be good and should be good. I don't think that she's good. But again, let's go over to Kit. I'll give you my thoughts after. To become part of my team, click the link in the description right now to get Elenaril for free, as well as 3 more amazing epic champions as you level up. Here's how you do it. Log out of Polarium Play on your PC and uninstall it. Click the link in the description, register with a brand new email, launch Raid, and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on this chance to get a free Elenaril along with 3 epics as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's get started. Her A1 attacks one enemy 2 times if the target is under a shield debuff. Each hit has a 25% chance of decreasing the value of the shield by 10%. Will ignore 50% of the target's resistance if the target is from the Corrupted Alliance. If the target is not under any shield debuff, it will ignore 10% of the target's damage instead. Her A2 attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 100% chance of removing 2 random buffs from the target. Will also ignore 50% of the target's resistance if the target is from the Corrupted Alliance. This skill deals more damage. This skill deals more damage equal to the value of the target's current turn meter. Stacks up to 100%. So this is like a stacking ability. Again, single target. Her A1 and A2 are both single target. And this is what I don't like. I think the skill, her A3, attacks all enemies 2 times. So she's legendary. She's an attack-based legendary. Attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit has a 75% chance of placing a 100% healing reduction buff for 2 turns. The second hit has a 50% chance of placing a block buffs for 2 turns. Will ignore 50% of the target's resistance if this target is from the Corrupted Alliance. The thing that I do not like about and how I judge how good a damage dealer is, the only damage dealer in my eyes that you want to build with high accuracy are bomb champions. But the trade-off with building a bomb champion is you're building high accuracy and high attack. Or if you're talking about commoners, you're building high HP. You don't have to build crit rate. With this champion, you need to not only do you have to build her with resistance, so she's placing down those debuffs, but you need to also have 100% crit rate. Then you need to have as high as damage as possible. You need to have as much crit damage as possible. So there's a lot of different stats that you're going to need to make this champion be quote unquote good. I do not like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like how 2 of her attacks are single target. I don't like, you know, she screams more of a support. She screams similar to Grokos which I made a video about. If you guys haven't seen that, make sure to watch that video. But at least Grokos is adding a lot. You know, he's adding a lot more, even though he has better damage ratios. At least he can attack AoE. You know, her passive is just, you know, receives 15% less damage for, you know, so she takes less damage from her with her passive. On my main account, which is obviously where I have her right now, she's level 60 because we were just getting through a fusion, and I needed to level up some champions for the champion training event, and he's one of the very few people that I had that I could just dump resources in to get her to 60. What is beneficial about having her is we're going to be getting the 5-star awakening soul for her, which is, you know, which is decent. And for Sylvan Watchers, there's not really a lot. There's, again, it will help you at least in hard faction war. So I think there's a couple takeaways from her, right? She's going to be, I think, great in faction wars. If you do not have a good faction team, she will be great to be added to that faction team. Number one. Number two, if you are an early, and I say early to maybe a mid-game account, this champion will be great. When you're an early game to mid game account, what you really struggle with is, in particular, doing Hydra. And Chimera also, but Chimera is a lot easier than Hydra. Hydra, putting the block buffs, there's not a lot of champions unless, you know, you started off with that amazing code that you got in Uko. There's not a lot of champions, right, that you're going to start off with that has the ability to put the block buffs down. And this is the block buffs for 2 turns, right? She will do some damage, right? It's going to be hard to build her. I mean, you're going to need at least 230 accuracy minimum. You know, it's obviously a little bit different for me because I have 80, you know, my affinity bonus is 80. I have it maxed out on this account. So it's going to be easy. The soul will make it a lot easier to get the accuracy that you kind of need passively and a little bit more crit damage. But faction wars number 1. Hydra number 2, Chimera number 3, wave clearing number 4. So like doing Doom Tower levels, progressing through the game, she will be great. Again, I think that she's going to be really, really good for a lot of people's faction wars. I don't really see her being used in any other place. There's really no other place that you would want to use her, right? Like her damage ratios aren't really that good. You have to put too many different stats on her, like I said, to make her like a amazing champion. And again, she's single target. But this is what I'll say, and this might not be something that people bring up, but if you are doing Curse City, okay, so like Amius, for example, right? Amius, for example, and I don't think a lot of people have like really, I don't even know if you've like thought about it, but she's actually going to be really good for Amius, because what does Amius do, right? Like how does she benefit against Amius? Really any single target, right? Her A1 and A2 are both already single target. And then her A3 puts the healing reduction down, which is great because one of the ways to knock this boss down is using Cold Heart, and her A1 puts down the healing reduction. So Amius can't heal, and then you can just, punch him in the face and knock him down. So if you're struggling with Amius, this actually is a decent champion. This is especially with the Sylvan Watcher rotations, like my team's a little bit like OP because I have a 6-star Caldor, like obviously whale, #whale, but she's actually not going to be that bad for this. Like I'm definitely not booking her. And I don't really think that it's, unless you're an early game account and you don't have a lot of legendaries, like I don't think that she's worth, I think that you hold your books. I mean, obviously you could tell I haven't even ascended her, and I probably won't. I probably won't ascend her. But I think that like in recent memory, I think she is one of, if not the worst login champion. The worst login champion that I've ever seen. I was not a huge fan of Skeletor, but at least Skeletor brought he wasn't like the most amazing champion, but he brought so many great things that made him, instead of it being like an S+ tier, he was like a B to A tier champion, right? I can't think of a login champion that I've been like less enthusiastic about. And I've been playing the game for a long time. I mean, I think I think somebody, maybe another creator said this, and this is where I'm coming up with this. Alexander, if you guys even know who that is, it depends on how long you've been playing the game. This guy was a login champion, and he's been guarding my vault for a long time. And until they change some of how his kit works, he will also just be in my vault for a long time. But he was a login champion, and like he was an okay damage dealer. His ratios were okay, but like, man, I think he was like, this is definitely one of, and like, you guys will have to let me know down in the comments if you agree with me, if you think that this is like one of the worst login champions that we've been presented. I mean, we've had Alice, which was amazing. I don't even remember. Loki was a login champion. You also had Ultimate Death Knight. If you missed Ninja the first time, Ninja was a login champion. So there's been like a lot of really good login champions. But I think that we've just had so many good champions come out right now that they had to Polarium had to give us something that wasn't necessarily spectacular. I'm definitely a little bit burnt out. Not saying that like I'm burnt out of the game, but I am like exhausted from the amount of fusions and stuff that we've been doing. There's just been too much. There's been too much back to back. And I'm gonna be honest, if they announce another fusion like right after we just finished Titus, I'm gonna be just exhausted. So I think, guys, if you have like a late game, if you have a mid to late game account, or if your Sylvan Watchers are bad, don't build her. Don't book. Definitely do not book her. Early game, I would say that if if she's your best champion, book her. She'll be helpful and progressing you in Hydra. That's about it. Hydra and Chimera. The Soul will help just do a little bit more damage with your team. But yeah, I'm not impressed. But you guys will have to let me know what your thoughts are with this champion, and I will see everybody in the next one.